over each and every of the drivers that are out here this afternoon. And we thank you for your salvation and this Resurrection Sunday, Easter Sunday. In Jesus' precious name, amen.
Please remain standing for the playing of our national anthem.
So proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we were so gallantly streaming, and the rugged red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Once again, let's go races. We'll get set with our kid carts as they're going to roll out for their 5-lap final. Everybody else will run 16 laps. Micromax, you are pre-grid. Once again, a happy Easter, everybody, as we get set to roll into our final. Special thanks to Chaplain Richard Wood for staying with us over this Easter weekend. And again, hopefully we get to see Chaplain down the road here with the Florida Karting Championship Series. So kid kart drivers on the track. Owen Lloyd in the 19. Nikita Johnson in the 1. Samuel Igwa in the number 01. Again, Owen Lloyd had a great run yesterday and carrying that momentum into it today. Georgia driver Owen Lloyd in the number 19. Need Micromax, you're on the grid. Minimax, you are pre-grid. Minimax, you're pre-grid. Last couple laps to go. Owen Lloyd well in command, looking for a second straight day of dominance. Again, Owen Lloyd in the number 19. So final two to go is your race leader, Owen Lloyd. Continue to move right along. Again, we'll need Micromax, you're on the grid. Minimax, your pre-grid. So again, they'll cycle around Owen Lloyd. A solid run for Owen Lloyd. Nikita Johnson in that second spot. Samuel Igwa in the 0-1. So Owen Lloyd will pick up the win. A perfect weekend for Owen Lloyd. Cleaned house yesterday and backed it up again with a solid run today. But a great job by all of our kid kart drivers ages 5 to 7, stars of tomorrow with the Florida Karting Championship Series. So rolling up next will be your Micromax. They'll get set for 16 laps, and here's how we'll line them up. Inside row 1, Ryan Rackley in the number 30. Outside row 1, Joe Nunez in the number 24. Starting third, the 123 of Humberto Peretta. Starting fourth, the 95 of Lucas Rodriguez. Starting fifth, Ashton Chilton in the 56. Gabriel Ramirez in the 51. Starting in the sixth position. Seventh, it'll be the 172 of Connor Zillage. Jeremy Fletcher in the 308 starts eighth. Ian Pugh will be starting in the ninth spot in the number 15. Rotex, Micromax, Ryan Rackley, Joe Nunez. Good look at row number 1. Humberto Peretta, 123. Lucas Rodriguez in the number 95, row number 2. Gabriel Ramirez coming in as your points leader, 6th in the starting order. Rotex, Micromax, they'll make their way to the start-finish line. Nick will get them to slow down. Now, no start, no start, so we'll bring him around one more time, and no start. Need Minimax, you're on the grid. Rock Senior, that'll be Rock Senior. You are pre-grid. Rock Senior, you're pre-grid. Ryan Rackley in the number 30, sitting on that pole position inside, current points leader, or correct that, second in the point standings. Umberto Peretta third in the point standings. Umberto in row number 2. So they'll snail their way around. Looking to go 16 laps Micromax. Minimax, you're on the grid. Rock Senior, you're pre-grid. They'll tighten them up. Row number 1, Ryan Rackley, Joe Nunez. Joe Nunez, 6th place finished at Monticello. And Joe Nunez, very good. Pre-finals got him to the outside row number 1. Rackley on the inside as they come slowly off of turn number 13. Creeping their way up to turn number 14. Race director Nick going to look him over. They'll start to pick up the speed. Nick Rickert got him tightened up. He's going to show him green, and we are underway. Again, hugging that low side, Ryan Rackley. Looks like he's going to come off turn number 2 as your leader into turn 3. Here they come. Little bumping going on off turn 4. Rackley going to take him into turn number 5. And he'll see that go by the wayside as Peretta will take over the lead. Umberto with a very good exit off turn 4, had the momentum and had the bite coming into turn number 5, enough to get him to the inside, and he'll take over the lead. Takes the field off turn number 7. Freight train at traffic now into turn number 8. Minimax, you're on the grid. Rock Senior, you're pre-grid. Rock Senior, you are pre-grid. So a lot of shuffling going on for that second place position. Looks like Rackley going to find himself right back up to the top spot as they come into turn number 13. So they'll cross the line with yet a brand new leader for the second time. Ryan Rackley right back up there. Nunez will drop from second to third as Peretta holds on the second. Here they come off turn 4. Top 4, 5 drivers all shuffling around as they come into turn number 5. They're going to shuffle around, but they're going to come off that turn just the way they went in there with Rackley, your leader. Umberto running second, Nunez third. That'll be Lucas Rodriguez in the 4th spot. Gabriel Ramirez in the top 5. So Ryan Rackley with a lot of pressure with Umberto Peretta staying right with him off of turn number 10. Again, I want to say hey to Ryan Rackley's grandparents tuning in on the Florida Karting Championship Series, joining us live from up there in Georgia. Hoping you're having a great Easter. Is right now your grandson up front coming off of turn number 1 as they'll come into turn number 2. Again, flying off turn number 14. Freight train of traffic again. They're going to shuffle around. That'll be the 95 of Lucas Rodriguez. Peeks to the inside, but that gets in right in behind the 24 Nunez. Ramirez right on the tail end of that bunch as they come off turn number 6. That'll be Gabriel Ramirez currently being scored 5th. Any of these top 5 drivers can pull this one off. A long way to go. 16 laps. Peretta in lap number 2, 103.664 for Umberto. And Alberta with a 1:03.664 in lap number 2. Holding on to that 6th spot. That'll be Ashton Chilton trying to reel in these top 5 drivers as they come to the start-finish line. Boy, look at Peretta just pushing Rackley into turn number 1. Alberta obviously very quick. Lap number 3, keep an eye on Gabriel Ramirez. 1:03.355 for Ramirez. Again, you watch these 5 drivers on the entry to turn 5. They all run in there with a different lane, but they come off the same way they go in. Nobody able to gain any ground. So what they were trying to do, they continue to run that same line now as they work into turn number 7. Rackley, Peretta, Nunez, Rodriguez, and Gabriel Ramirez, top 5. Micromax, 3 laps in. And they're single file to turn number 10. Gabriel Ramirez starting the weekend as your points leader. Rackley starting today second in the point standings. Rackley trying to pick up that win here in the Micromax. They'll work their way off turn number 13. Let's see now if Humberto can get something rolling. Starts to pick up the speed. Gets right on the bumper again of Rackley. They'll work off turn number 2. Really tight top 5 drivers. Here they come off turn 4. Again, single file. You watch them. The 95, Nunez also in the 24. They kind of shift around a little bit. The 95 of Rodriguez kind of goes to the inside. Nunez on the approach of turn 5 kind of goes to the outside. Joe Nunez, lap number 4. Keep an eye on Nunez, 1:02.920. That's overall quick time. Nunez, 1:02.920. Nunez being scored third. Joe Nunez in the number 24. Started today 6th in the point standings. And that car's flying right now as Nunez being scored third. Leaders exit off turn number 13. This will be 5 laps in the books this time by. Again, 2 different leaders. Ryan Rackley jumped out to that early lead, briefly gave it away to Peretta, then regained it. And there's 5 laps complete this time by. Field exits off turn number 4. 5-car battle into turn number 5. Amazing. And watch them in turn number 5 right here in front of the tower. These drivers kind of shuffle around, but nobody able to gain any ground at all as they'll keep that nose-to-tail battle down into turn number 7. Joe Nunez again in lap number 4 had a 1:02.920. That's quick time for Joe Nunez, and all the drivers making their way down the long straightaway. Still single file. Nobody able to get out of line and gain any ground. Has been pretty much follow the leader last several laps. And that leader right now, Georgia driver Ryan Rackley. And Rackley going to be challenged off turn 13 to get a very quick number 123 of Peretta. He goes right all over the back end of Ryan Rackley. Nunez going to go right to the inside, and Nunez going to snatch the lead away. Rackley back to third. Here comes Peretta now, going to go side by side. Humberto feels like he's got enough to the outside as they come into turn number 7. So Ryan the Rackley now drops to third. Nunez up front with Peretta right there on his heels. They'll come down the straightaway. Third different leader with Joe Nunez into number 24. How about that, Joe? Not only did he get the lead, just turned quick time 1:02.723 for Joe Nunez. Peretta running second, Rackley third as they come off to turn 13. 7 laps complete this time by. Now Peretta going to push Nunez down into turn number 1. So 7 laps complete. Nunez your leader. And here comes Ryan Rackley. We'll see if he can get some momentum going. Yeah, now Peretta got to watch Rackley take that second spot away off turn number 6. So we'll pick up 8 laps this time by. This will be the halfway point. And Ryan Rackley holding on to that second spot now. Ryan going to try to squeeze it in there for the lead, and he gets it. Ryan Rackley goes to the inside of Nunez. We'll see if it holds for him as they come off at turn number 4. And that'll be Peretta who works his way around. Here comes Nunez right back to second. So right off of turn number 1, we've seen 3 different leaders right there. Now it's Umbrella up front. Nunez running second. Rackley back to third. Lucas Rodriguez and Gabriel Ramirez 4th and 5th. Rackley won into turn number 1, had the advantage, and then watched Humberto come around him. So Humberto up there for the second time, off to a pretty good run here as he comes off turn number 10. And Rackley third. He's got Nunez right ahead of him. See if Joe and Rackley can work together to bring in Humberto as they work down to the start-finish line. 9 laps complete this time by as they work in at turn number 1. And that's the way they're going to come off it with your race leader, Peretta, your leader, Nunez second, Rackley third, Rodriguez and Ramirez your top 5. 9 laps complete. Humberto up there for the second time. Rackley's had a taste of the lead for a while. Also, Joe Nunez, one of your leaders. 3 different leaders. They'll work off turn number 7. Humberto Peretta, his quick time, 1:02.877. Did that back in lap number 6. Now Joe Nunez all over the bumper. Peretta is on the entry to turn number 10. Kind of popped him a couple times. Lucas Rodriguez, been a pretty good run for Lucas. Pretty well settled into that 4 spot. See if he can catch a break here as your leaders come to the line. 10 laps in, 6 to go. Led by Peretta, Nunez, Rackley, Rodriguez, and Ramirez off turn 1. So we've seen 3 different leaders, 5 different lead changes as your leader comes into turn number 5. Gabby Ramirez, nice little move there. She'll slide up a spot. And then she comes back off to the outside and watches Rodriguez come by. So briefly, Gabby took it away and then watches Rodriguez come back off the exit as turn 6. And Gabby, obviously the quick card out there right now. She just turned a 1:02.597. So Ramirez, one of the quicker ones, 1:02.597 in lap number 10. Unfortunately, she's about 0.8 of a second out of the top spot. As she went to work on Lucas Rodriguez, couldn't make it stick. The one they're chasing, that's the 1:23 of Humberto Peretta. Nunez second, Rackley third. Those 3 drivers now starting to break away from 4th running Lucas Rodriguez as they'll come off turn number 4. Been a good run, though, both for Ramirez and Rodriguez, 4th and 5th. Ramirez 5th, Rodriguez 4th. Lap number 11, Ryan Rackley, 1:02.559. That's your third place running kart. Unfortunately, he's about 0.3 of a second behind your leader. But Ryan Rackley right now with the quick machine, 1:02.559. You had a bumper coming off the 15, and that retires that kart. So Ian will take the 15 into the pits. So that'll be 12 complete, 4 laps remaining. Humberto Peretta, your leader. Nunez second, Rackley third, Rodriguez 4th, Ramirez 5th, Chilton 6th, Zillage running 7th, Fletcher 8th. All those drivers are on the lead lap. Off the track, Ian in the number 15. And Rackley just a few kart lengths in now behind second running Joe Nunez, so he's starting to fade back. Lap 12, Joe Nunez, 1:02.506. He's got the kart. So we're seeing these speeds continue to pick up. But your top two drivers are starting to get away from Rackley as they head down into turn number 10. Umberto up there for the second time. He's been up there. Joe Nunez into 24. Goes to work now in the entry to turn number 13. See if he can muster up enough as he gets a good run off turn 13. As Nunez going to push Humberto down to the start-finish line. Stays on his bumper in the entry to turn number 1. Then kind of backs off, gives them a little bit of room. They'll carry that battle off turn number 4. Here comes Humberto off turn 4. Staying with him is Joe Nunez. Rackley starting to bring him back in as they come off turn 5. Oh, boy, it goes a little wide. Humberto gets wide off the exit of turn 1. That'll help Joe Nunez, and Rackley says, thank you, I'll take it. As Rackley closes in now, gets right back into the dance. So 3 drivers nose to tail as they come into turn number 9. They'll go down the long straightaway. Beretta, Nunez, and Rackley as they make their way into turn number 10. Keep an eye on Lucas Rodriguez. All of a sudden, Lucas is starting to kick it up a notch. Ryan Rackley, lap number 13, 102.393. That's your third place running cart, 7/10 of a second behind your leader. As they come down into turn number 1, 2 to go. You got to watch again. Joe Nunez just all over the back end of Beretta on the entry to turn number 1. See if Nunez can find that spot. Last time by, Humberto went way wide on the exit of turn 5. Does a lot better job this time. Keeps control of the 123. And more important, he keeps the 24. Nunez in behind him. Lap 14, Rodriguez with a 102.354. That's a new quick time for Rodriguez. Right now, Lucas running 4th. Laps are starting to dwindle down. A lap and a half to go. Somebody's going to have to try to make a shot at it. 4 carts battling for only 3 spots on the podium. Back to Lucas Rodriguez. They'll come off turn 13. Joe Nunez going to have to get it going. He's got one more shot at your leader. Then you got Rodriguez going to see if he can get around Rackley for that final spot on the podium. The 123 Umberto off of turn number 5. Another good exit off turn 5. A couple laps ago struggled and may have hurt him a little bit, but right now he's in command. Joe Nunez running the tire track cheerleaders. He comes off of turn number 7. He'll carry that battle into turn number 8. Beretta holding on as they come off turn number 9. Beretta, Nunez, Rackley, and Rodriguez. 3 spots. 4 drivers going to bid for him. Now a challenge for the lead. Here comes Nunez. He'll make the clean pass. Now he's going to give it back up. Now they're side by side. Drag race. Here they come into turn number 12. Nunez going to have to back out of it. Gives Beretta the lead right back. Beretta now in command, and he will seal the deal. Has got a good 2-car length advantage. Battle for third as they come to the line. And now they'll go to Ryan Rackley on the podium. Rodriguez coming up a little bit short. Gabby will pick up 5th. So it's Beretta, your winner, Nunez 2nd, Rackley 3rd, Rodriguez 4th, Ramirez 5th, Chilton 6th, Zillage 7th, Fletcher 8th. So second different winner here in your Micromax. Umberto will pick up the win. That makes your second different winner so far here in 2014. Very exciting racing out of the Micromax. Rotex, Mini Max making their way out. Rock Senior, you're on the grid. Mini Rock, PRD Mini, you're pre-grid. So here's how we'll line them up inside row one. Juan Jose Diaz inside row one in the 105. Outside the 18 at Dylan Gennaro. Row two, Tyler Gonzalez in the 57. Zachary Hollinshead in the 156. James Marsh in the 15. Need Rock Senior, you're on the grid. Mini Rock, PRD Mini, you're pre-grid. Zachary Hollinshead in at number 156. Starting today as your points leader in the Minimax. James Marsh second. Dylan third. And Tyler Gonzalez making his first start with the Minimax. Likewise, Juan Jose Diaz, first start here at 2014. He's been the one they've been chasing. Juan Jose Diaz in a 105. 16 laps, your Minimax. Rock Senior, you're on the grid. PRD Mini Rock, your pre-grid. So feel nice and slow as they'll approach the start-finish line. Nick's going to check them out. Going to wave that green flag as they're underway. And Tyler Gonzalez going to go to work on Dylan. That's the battle for second off turn 5. And he'll get that spot away. Now Dylan got to fight right back. Him and Gonzalez going at it on the entry to turn 7. That battle for third. So Dylan gets a good run on that straightaway. He'll make the pass. So Dylan back to third. So Juan Jose Diaz here in lap number 1. All of a sudden off to a good start. Heads into turn number 1 with a good 5-6 cart length advantage. Give him about 7/10 of a second lead over Hollinshead. Zachary in the 156 running second. Dylan third. Fourth, that'll be Gonzalez. Fifth, that'll be Marsh off turn 5. So Juan Diaz, 7/10 of a second lead over Zachary Hollinshead. Zachary with his hands full. Dylan in behind him. Tyler Gonzalez fourth. 2 laps complete. So Diaz opens up a 1.5 second advantage. Just turned a 58.260. Pretty good lap for Diaz. Dylan Gennaro with a pretty good lap. 58.824 for Dylan. And Dylan's going to take that second spot away as he comes off turn number 6. So Dylan now second. And Hollinshead trying to get around Dylan as they came off turn number 10. Dylan going to hold them back. Got Hollinshead in the 156. Gonzalez in the 57. With Juan Diaz now 2 full second lead. Starts to check out on the rest of the field. The battle. Got 3 carts battling for the final 2 spots on the podium. And Dylan had a pretty good lap time back in lap number 2 with a 58.824. So Dylan on the entry to turn number 5 gets a little bit of breathing room, gets away from Tyler Gonzalez. He's got him by about 3 cart lengths off turn 6. That race for second. We'll see if Zachary Hollinshead's got enough to get around Gonzalez for that final podium position. Four laps complete, 16-lap final, so 1/4 of the way through this one. Rock Senior, you're on the grid. Mini Rock, PRD Mini, you're pre-grid. So Juan Diaz continue to break away. He'll head to the line. Dylan about the same where they were last time by. Carries about a 4-cart length advantage over Gonzalez for second. And it's been consistent lap after lap, 2.4 seconds behind your leader. So Diaz is unable to open it up anymore, and Dylan staying right with him. Still trailing by 2.4 seconds. Five laps complete. Rock Senior, you're up next. PRD Mini, Mini Rock, you're pre-grid. So working our way through your Rotex Mini-Max. And race weekend number 2 will be down at Homestead next month. Or the month of May. So last time by, Diaz was able to pick up 1/10 of a second advantage, as he's got a 2.5 second lead now over Dylan. Again, got a good race there between Zachary Hollinshead and the 156, Tyler Gonzalez. And the 57 battling for that final spot on the podium. Both those drivers giving it all they can as they roll into turn number 9. Hollinshead currently running 3rd, Gonzalez running 4th. They're pretty close, about a cart length and a half separates 3rd and 4th. In the meantime, Diaz breaking away just like he did on Saturday. And Dylan continued to get some breathing room as he breaks away from 3rd running Hollinshead. 7 laps complete this time by. So your top 4 drivers all in that 58-second bracket. Diaz with a 58.260. That's overall quick time. Dylan with a 58.580. Zachary with a 58.626. Tyler Gonzalez 58.756. Amazing. Dylan and Zachary both getting those quick times in lap number 7. So 8 laps in. Again, Diaz just turned a 58.247 here in lap number 8. He's got a 2.6 second advantage over Dylan Gennaro. Hollinshead running third, 3.9. And Tyler Gonzalez, 4.3 seconds behind your leader. So 8 down, 8 to go. Rock Sr., you're up next. That'll be Rock Sr., you're up next. Diaz here in lap number 9, 58.211, opens up a 3-second advantage. So Diaz kicking it up, and that's 3 seconds ahead of Dylan Gennaro. Dylan running second, Hollinshead third, Gonzalez fourth, Marsh fifth. With 9 laps complete, here comes Juan Jose Diaz off of turn number 13. Cruising right along. Dylan in a pretty good spot, flying solo in that second spot. Zachary Hollinshead finally getting a little breathing room from Tyler Gonzalez. Tyler been working on Hollinshead for the last 4 or 5 laps. 10 in, 6 to go. As your leader, Diaz with a 3-second advantage now over Dylan. So Diaz opens up a 3.1 second advantage. Dylan running second. Zachary Hollinshead third. Tyler Gonzalez fourth. Marsh down 3 laps in the 15. Rock Sr., you're up next. Mini Rock, PRD Mini, you are pre-grid. So final couple laps to go. Diaz with a 3.9 second advantage over Dylan Gennaro. Couple drivers looking to lock up a podium finish here this afternoon. Howland's had third. And Tyler Gonzalez running in that fourth spot. Again, Gonzalez starting to fight back as they're going to battle for that final podium spot between Zachary Hollinshead and Tyler Gonzalez. White flag up, 1 to go for your leader, Diaz. Heads into turn number 1 with a commanding lead. Again, look at this battle. Again, that is for that final spot on the podium as Tyler Gonzalez starts to close in now on Hollinshead. There's Dylan off turn 5. Here's the battle for the final spot on the podium. Going to the inside is the 57 of Gonzalez. Yeah, it'll be Tyler Gonzalez. It'll get it away. So Tyler Gonzalez waiting to that final lap. We'll see if he can hang on. That did not last long. Hollinshead takes it right back for that final spot on the podium. In the meantime, your leader, Diaz, going to coast on home, and he'll score the win. Goes wire to wire. There's your winner. Dylan on the podium again in that second spot. And here comes Hollinshead after fighting off a very pesky Tyler Gonzalez. He'll pick up third and hops on the podium. So Rock Sr., Oliver Askew into 238 inside row 1. Kyle Kirkwood into 28. Jonathan into 57. Morgan into 16. Austin Jordan starting 5th in the 32. Eddie Rodriguez 6th in the 318. Nolan Kelly in the number 42. 16 laps, Rock Sr. Nick going to look him over, going to show him green. Field works on lap number 1. Oliver Askew, your Rock Senior points leader. He's tied with Jonathan. So both Jonathan and Oliver coming in this weekend tied for the top spot in the Rock Senior class. And they'll cycle around 1 lap in the books, all led by Oliver Askew. Oliver off turn number 2 with a half a second advantage. Here they come into turn number 5. Jonathan back into that third spot. Kyle Kirkwood second. Morgan running fourth. Austin Jordan fifth. Rodriguez and Nolan Kelly. The field works off turn 7, led by the 238 of Oliver Askew. And Morgan Healy starting this weekend third in the point standings, tied with Kyle Kirkwood. We got a couple good points races going on. One for the top spot, one for third. With Oliver Askew starting this weekend as tied with Jonathan. And he's up front right now with 2 laps complete as he crosses the line. Oliver with a 53.317. 53.317 for Oliver Askew. Yeah, and Oliver Askew, 53.317. We'll see if he picks up the pace. He sure does. 53.259 in lap number 3. Not only does he pick up the pace, he opens up that lead to 0.9 of a second advantage over Kyle Kirkwood. So Kirkwood running second, almost a full second now behind your leader. Second, third, and fourth pretty tight. Kirkwood, Jonathan, and Morgan Healy. So Jonathan trying to get around the 28 of Kyle Kirkwood, puts a big charge on turn number 5, but cannot get around him. So they'll continue that battle. Lap number 4, Oliver 53.063. 53.063 for Oliver Askew with a 1.2 second advantage. So last 3 laps, his speed has picked up considerably as your leader into turn number 12. Jonathan Kotick holding on to that third spot, running fourth, Morgan Healy. Off turn number 4, here comes Oliver. Good run into turn number 5. Mini Rock, PRD Mini, you're on the grid. Tag Junior, Rock Junior, you are pre-grid. Again, Mini Rock, PRD Mini, you're on the grid. Tag Junior, Rock Junior, you are pre-grid. So working our way through our Rock Senior. Yeah, Jonathan Kodak in the lap number 7, 52.987. And right now, Jonathan moves up into that second spot. So Oliver, your leader. Jonathan running second. Kyle Kirkwood third. Morgan Healy fourth. Austin Jordan fifth. Eddie Rodriguez sixth. Nolan Kelly running in the 7th spot. Oliver Askew 1.7 second advantage. And lap number 7, Jonathan with a 52.987. And right now, he's the only driver gotten to that 52-second bracket. But unfortunately, he's got himself about 1.7 seconds behind the leader. So halfway this time by 8 in, 8 to go. Oliver Askew started on the pole. Your winner in the pre-finals at every single lap so far. Jonathan running second. He started third. About a lap and a half ago, he worked around Kyle Kirkwood to get him in the second. Kyle started outside row 2, currently being scored third. Morgan Healy running fourth. Fifth, it'll be the 32 of Austin Jordan. Sixth, it'll be the 318 of Eddie Rodriguez. Nolan Kelly running seventh in the 42. 1.8 second advantage for Oliver Askew. Tag Junior, Rock Junior, you are pre-grid. So Jonathan still 1.8 seconds behind your leader. So your leader across the line, Oliver Askew, to be 6 laps to go this time by. The final 6 laps to go, dominated by Oliver Askew. Oliver off of turn number 1 for the 10th time. He's got a 1.6 second advantage. Jonathan shaved off 0.2 of a second that time by. Unfortunately, I don't think Jonathan will have enough time. We'll see if he can get it going. Yeah, and Jonathan pretty consistent, still 1.6 seconds behind your leader. Again, Oliver Askew opened up the season at Monticello with a win on Saturday. Finished second on Sunday. Jonathan kind of did the exact same thing, but opposite. When Jonathan finished second on Sunday, second on Saturday, scored the win on Sunday. So both drivers with a win in race weekend number 1. Mini Rock, PRD, Mini, get them ready. You are up next. We've got 4 laps to go here. And it has been a dominating 2:38. Oliver Askew well in command right now with 13 laps complete next time by. There's Oliver off turn number 13, strolls off turn 14, heads to the line. 13 laps complete, 3 to go. Man, Jonathan trying to get all he can. You could see him just hammering it down when he whips off turn number 4. Really swooping it out wide off the exit of turn 3 and then into turn 4. And unfortunately, Jonathan still holding 1.6 seconds behind your leader. Yeah, and Oliver Askew looking for his second straight day with a win here in the Rock Senior. And that'll give him 3 wins so far this season. Jonathan continues to be the bridesmaid. Finished second yesterday. Looks like he's going to have to finish second here this afternoon. Unless something bizarre happens to Oliver Askew in that cart. Looks like it is just on a rail as he heads down for the final 2 to go. Again, Jonathan finished second yesterday in the Rock Senior in behind Oliver Askew. So this will give Oliver his 3rd win here this season in the Rock Senior class. And Nick's going to show him the white flag. One more circuit here at the Orlando Kart Center. I'll tell you right now, Jonathan not going to give it up. He's going to give it all he can till that checker flag drops. He closes in to 1.2 seconds. Got to give Jonathan an A for effort, man. He does not give up. He's trying to get all he can out of that machine as he works off turn number 9. They'll go down that long straightaway. Trying to get it as he works his way into turn number 10. You got to remember, when he got into that second place position, he was right around 2 seconds behind your leader. And he's got it down to about 1.1, but going to come up a little bit short as the laps are going to run out on Jonathan as Oliver Askew makes it a perfect weekend. Second win in the Rock Senior. Jonathan comes home second. Kyle Kirkwood on the podium picks up 3rd. Morgan will come home 4th. Austin Jordan 5th. Eddie Rodriguez 6th. Nolan Kelly 7th. So here's your starting lineup. Hunter Padilla, your PRD Mini driver, inside row 1. The rest Mini Rock drivers, Juan Jose Diaz. He's been the one they're after. He'll be in the 188. Dylan Gennaro in the number 18. James Marsh in the 15. He will join Hunter Padilla, PRD Mini. Tyler Gonzalez in the 57. Ryan Rackley in the number 30. Zachary Hollinshead in the 456. Humberto Peretta in the 495. Alexander Newcenter in the 11. Landon Kelly in the 00. Jet Nolan in the 12. Gabriel Ramirez in the 51. Connor Zillage in the 72. Joey Maffo in the 7. These two drivers up front, these are PRD Mini drivers. Padilla in the 3, Marsh in the 15. They'll set up front. In behind him, Mini Rock, Diaz, and Dylan Gennaro, row number 1. So Padilla and Marsh pick up the green. They're underway as they come into turn number 6. Second pack of carts, Mini Rock. Nick gonna let him go. Green is out. We're underway. Dylan gonna fight right back. Drop the third quickly. Gets back in the second. Hunter Padilla, James Marsh. Again, that is your PRD Mini drivers. Yeah, there's Padilla, the PRD Mini. He'll head off turn number 5. Yeah, and Zachary Hollinshead, again, that is your points leader in this coming in this weekend in the Mini Rock. So Diaz looking for back-to-back wins. Won it yesterday. Dylan running in that second place position. Gonzalez third. Hollinshead fourth. Ryan Rackley. Boy, we've been calling this kid's name all day long. Rackley in the top 5. And Ryan sits back in third in the point standings as we came into this weekend. Again, Juan Diaz again making his first start here with the Florida Karting Championship Series, and he's been the one that has been really solid as he works off turn 13. But Dylan not going to be fooled as he stays right there, gets right on his bumper. Dylan, quick lap, 58.961 for Dylan Gennaro. So Dylan with quick time in lap number 2, but he's still holding on to second. Running third, that'll be the 57 of Gonzalez. Fourth, that'll be the 456 of Zachary Hollinshead. So good four-cart battle. Ryan Rackley in the 30, currently being scored 5th. Up front, it'll be a PRD Mini. Hunter Padilla, your leader there. Tag Junior, Rock Junior, you're up next. Tag Junior, Rock Junior, you're up next. So Dylan staying in the tire tracks. Your race leaders, they'll check in at turn number 6. Both of those drivers really running the exact same line as they come off at turn number 6. They'll keep that battle going into turn number 7. Now starting to see a little separation between Dylan and Tyler Gonzalez, between second and third. Up front, Hunter Padilla, that's your overall leader, PRD Mini. Diaz holding on to the lead in the mini rock with Dylan Gennaro staying right on his heels. And I believe Dylan might be in a better spot. He's really pushing Diaz into turn number 12. Remember back in lap number 2, Dylan with quick time, 58.961. So Dylan stays in on your leader. They'll come off of turn number 2. Here they come into turn 3, now turn 4. Yeah, Dylan staying right on the bumper of your leader. The entry turn 1. They'll continue that off turn number 5. So 4 laps in, 16 lap final. Hunter Padilla with a 58.698. That's your PRD mini driver. So quick time for Hunter Padilla, 58.698. Six laps complete. And Diaz really being pushed by Dylan. Tyler Gonzalez hanging in there. That'll be your third place kart. He's about 3.5 kart lengths behind Dylan, who's currently running second. Pretty good racing on the back end of the field. That'll be Joey Maffo and Gabriel Ramirez as they come off of turn number 6. A little race for position there. Joey got a swoop to the outside, so he's got some good racing going on. Him and Gabriel as they head off of turn number 7. So 6 laps in, Hunter Padilla, PRD mini leader. Juan Diaz still holding on to lead as your mini rock leader. Dylan running second, Tyler third, Zachary running fourth, Ryan Rackley running fifth. 6th, Peretta. 7th, it'll be New Center. 8th, it'll be Nolan. 9th, it'll be Kelly. Ramirez 10th. Maffo 11th. Zillage running 12th. So brand new leader now. Dylan Gennaro will take over that top spot. Gets it away going into lap number 7. It's a whole different scenario this time. They're able to retain and keep Diaz right there in that second spot. So they'll work into turn number 9. So brand new leader Dylan Gennaro just closing in on the halfway point. As Dylan, your brand new leader. Now Diaz gets on the bumper. Dylan on the entry to turn number 10. Keep an eye on the 57 of Tyler Gonzalez. He's staying right there with your leaders. He could be in a very good spot when this thing comes down to the last couple laps. There they are, 1, 2, 3. Dylan Gennaro, Juan Jose Diaz, and Tyler Gonzalez. Here's your leaders off turn number 5. Got a good pack of traffic coming off of turn number 4, led by Ryan Rackley. And you got the 495 in there, Peretta, New Center, Jet Nolan, and Landon Kelly. Good little race there in the back of the field. That freight train of traffic off of turn number 6. And again, Ramirez and Joey Maffo continue to do battle. Couple drivers on the back end of the field. They have been going at it pretty much the entire race with 8 laps in, 8 to go. just over the halfway point. Dylan Gennaro, your second different leader. Ticket over coming into lap number 7. Dylan started in row number 1 on the outside. He's led the last couple laps. And he's had some pretty quick times with a 58.961 back in lap number 2 for Dylan. And he's got 5 karts now doing battle. Again, these 5 karts on the tail end of the field, they continue to shuffle around. Good racing in behind Rackley. Yeah, that'll be Peretta, Newsinger, Nolan, and Landon Kelly. That has been a good little battle. Those drivers off at turn number 9. That one's going to be a long way from its settle as they start to separate down the straightaway. But, boy, that's been some good racing for position. And 1 kart off turn number 7. As Hunter Padilla in lap number 10 just pulled off a 58.578 for Hunter Padilla. So here comes your leaders. Dylan Gennaro on the entry to turn number 5. Staying right on his heels. That'll be the 188 of Juan Jose Diaz. Again, Diaz picked up a win yesterday, but Dylan coming back today. Boy, he is really showing some muscle. 10 laps complete, 6 laps to go. Your second different leader, Dylan Gennaro, off at turn number 9. Yeah, and you see Diaz gets a good run, gets all over the back end of Dylan. Little bump there as they come into turn 10. I'm telling you right now, keep an eye on Tyler Gonzalez. This kid running third might be in a very good spot. You got to expect the top 2 drivers are going to start to mix it up as we start to see the laps dwindle down to the last handful with this time by 11 complete. Well, there's your top 3 drivers, Gennaro, Diaz, and Gonzalez. Yeah, top 3 drivers off turn number 5. Again, Dylan holding on to that top spot. I'm really liking the 57 again of Tyler Gonzalez. He may be in a good spot as they've got just 4 laps to go. Landon Kelly done lap number 9. New center dropping a chain in the number 11. That kart done for the day. So we'll see a flip-flop now for that top spot as Diaz fighting himself back up in the top position. So Diaz for the second time your new leader as he'll cross the line with 3 to go this time by. So Dylan back to second. Here they come off of turn number 4. Gonna have to start to heat it up now as the laps with just 2.5 to go. Again, lap number 13, Hunter Padilla, 58.473, your PRD mini driver. Tag Junior, Rock Junior, you're up next. And you will be followed by Tag Masters, Tag Heavy, Rotec Senior, and Pirella Senior. Again, you'll be our final group to come on out for your final. Dylan again worked his way around as they'll pick up 2 to go. So Dylan back up there. Tyler Gonzalez now second, Diaz third. Here comes Dylan back up front for the second time. This may be the money lap for him as he heads into turn number 6. Opens up a good 3-car length advantage. Meantime, Tyler Gonzalez second, Diaz back to third. So there's Dylan off of turn number 9. Now opening up a good 5-6 car length advantage over Gonzalez. Dylan going to look over his right shoulder, sees the gap in between him and Tyler Gonzalez as they'll work off of turn number 14. Here they come to the line. Dylan Gennaro, your leader. See if Diaz will have anything for Gonzalez. White flag out, 1 to go. You see Tyler Gonzalez looking over his right shoulder, realizing Diaz is right there. In the meantime, Dylan, nice run off turn number 4. He'll head into turn 5. Final lap as they're working their way around. Diaz going to cross over off of turn 6. He'll get the second place spot right back, and Gonzalez back to third. I got to tell you right now, watching Dylan, he is just hitting his marks and starting to break away. Dylan, your second different leader. They've been up there twice, and he sees a commanding lead now coming down the back straightaway. Carries that momentum into turn number 10. So Hunter Padilla across the line. That'll be your PRD Mini. And Dylan Gennaro now in command. He'll coast home. Dylan will score the win in your Mini Rock. Gonzalez will pick up second. Diaz comes home third. Fourth, it'll be Holinshead. Ryan Rackley. Been a good weekend for Ryan. He'll score the 5th spot. So Dylan Gennaro scores the win in your Mini Rock. Hunter Padilla, PRD Mini winner. Tag Junior going to make their way out. Seve DePinto inside row 1 into 14. Outside, Vincenzo Saraceno in the number 01. In row 2, Devin Bowerman in the 7. Chris Maxim in the number 3. Starting 5th, the 73 of Bradley Zillett. Chase Acclaim starting 6th in the 201. Matias Ramirez, Rock Jr. driver in the number 151. Mayo Livingston starting 8th in the 234. Alex Sullivan in the 419 starting 9th. 10th, it'll be Henry Brass in the 77. Field to pick up the green. Boy, Seve doing exactly what he did on Saturday, jumping out to that early lead. Heavy traffic off turn number 5. There goes the 77, loops it. Henry Brass. And he'll gather it up, gets it going forward. Boy, Seve gets off to a great start. He did the exact same thing on Saturday. Helping out to win that pre-final. Got him right on the inside of row number 1. Let's see if he can break away from Saraceno. You remember in that pre-final, these two guys were going back and forth for that top spot. Seve going to look over his right shoulder. Sees the distance between him and Saraceno off of turn 13. Again, Seve coming into the weekend as your points leader. Doing nothing but helping himself in the points championship run. Been very dialed in the last couple events. Was dominating at Monticello. And he's coming on, Seve DePinto. One lap in, Seve DePinto, Tag Jr. Again, Ramirez, that'll be your Rock Jr. driver, Matias Ramirez. So right back where they left off in the pre-final again as Saraceno now gets up around Seve DePinto. And we saw this happen in that pre-final. They went back and forth. And when that checker flag dropped, it was the 14 of Seve DePinto. Now we'll see if Saraceno can start to gear it up and get away from Seve. Right back where they left off. Lap number 3, Saraceno 53.787. That's not good news for Seve DePinto. As Saraceno with a 53.787 in lap number 3. And Saraceno, not a good start at opening weekend at Monticello, but boy, he is really dialed in today. Been in contention. Gets around Seve de Pinto back here in lap number 3. Saraceno, lap number 4, 53.648. So he's on the move right now, Saraceno. He may be bringing something to the dinner table tonight, as Saraceno with a 53.648 in lap number 4. So last 2 laps for Saraceno, he continues to pick up the pace. As Seve, 9/10 of a second behind your leader. A little bit of contact. That'll be coming off turn number 13. Yeah, that'll be Alex Sullivan, Mayo Livingston, at the tail end of that field doing some battle. Then you got, man, some good racing in behind the 73. Azilla, DeClaim, Ramirez, Michael Stevens, all mixing it up. They'll come into turn number 7. There's the 19, Michael Stevens. Ramirez going to let him come by. Ramirez, your Rock Jr. driver. Yeah, and lap number 4, Saraceno, 53.648. And right now he's got a 1.3 second lead over Seve de Pinto. Long way to go. This will be 6 laps in, 10 to go. Rotex Senior, Perella Senior, Tag Masters, Tag Heavy, you are on the grid. Final group to roll out for our last final today. Right now we're seeing a good one, as Vincenzo Saraceno up front. I tell you right now, you got a great battle going on for that final spot on the podium. Holding them behind him is Devin Bowerman. Bowerman currently running 3rd, trying to be that final driver onto the podium, but he's got a freight train of traffic in behind him. Bradley Zillage, Chris Maxim, they are really charging up toward Bowerman. Boy, Saraceno's very strong coming off turn number 4. Really get that kart working well off of turn 5. And you got the pack of traffic trying to bring in Devin Bowerman, led by the 3 of Chris Maxim, Bradley Zillage. Ramirez mixed in there in the Rock Jr. driver, kind of running with the flow as they come into turn number 7. So 7 laps complete. We'll be moving on to the halfway point with Saraceno dominating right now by 1.3 seconds over Seve de Pinto in the 14. They'll come off turn number 13. There's Saraceno. Boy, he'd love to get this one locked up, but he's got a ways to go. 8 laps remaining as Saraceno crosses the line with a 1.5 second lead. So a full 2.5 lead for Saraceno. So he's picked it up a little bit in the last couple laps. A 2.5 lead for Saraceno. Again, back in lap number 4, 4 laps ago, Vincenzo Saraceno with a 53.648. That's overall quick time here in this event. Saraceno exits off turn number 13, trying to run him down Seve de Pinto. We'll see if Seve can gain any ground. Last time by was a 1.5 seconds. He's going to lose some time. 1.9 second lead for Saraceno. The boys, I thought Seve might be able to bring him in. Seve now just dropped 0.4 seconds on that last lap. Best lap time for Saraceno, 53.648. Best lap time for Seve, 53.887. It's a little bit of a gap there between those two as they continue to make their way around. 9 laps complete. Saraceno, your leader. Seve running second. Bowerman third. Zillage fourth. Maxim fifth. Running sixth as your Rock Junior driver of Ramirez in the number 151. Saraceno blowing right past the line. I'll tell you right now, he looks like he's definitely opened it up now. 2.3 seconds. So a little bit of your own medicine, as yesterday we watched Seve DePinto take off and run away with it. He was in a different time zone now. A little flip-flop. Is Saraceno going to do it today as he's continued to open up the gap? Saraceno moving right along. So Seve DePinto continue to fade back. In the meantime, Saraceno with a 3-second advantage. And he turns a 53.546. I think Saraceno ready to go. And he come to meaning business here. Saraceno, 3-second lead now over Seve. Bowerman with a 1.3-second advantage over Bradley Zillage for that third spot. And Bowerman's really been untouched, and he's been flying solo in that third spot. Really hasn't been challenged. I mean, a solid run for Devin Bowerman. So 13 laps in, 3 to go. Runaway freight train, Saraceno. And Money coming into that turn number 5. There he is into turn 6. Again, Saraceno back in lap number 12, 53.546. Got a 3.4-second lead now. So 2 to go. This time by. Final 2 laps to go for Saraceno with a 3.7-second lead now. So it is all working well for Saraceno. Seve giving it all he can in turn number 5. Just hammering it down. Trying to get it going. Again, Bowerman, a solid run for Devin. As he sits in that third spot, again, he's been untouched. Nobody been around Devin in a solid run. Once traffic started to separate, Devin's been doing an outstanding job into that third spot. Again, Michael Stevens, Mayo Livingston, that little race for 8th. They continue to go at it. Again, getting word now, the right front going down on Mayo Livingston. Right front tire in the 234. And he's going to feel the effects as Michael Stevens got to challenge him in turn 10. So Saraceno got to do it one more time. Picks up the white. And he's cruising right along with a 3.9 second lead now for Saraceno. So Saraceno will lock it up. Tag Junior, there he is. So Saraceno scores the win. Seve, he's right back on the podium for second. Great run for Devin Bowerman. He'll pick up third. Bradley Zillage across the line fourth. Maxim fifth. Ramirez will score the win. Rock Jr. Mayo Livingston off the track in turn number 12. Again, dealing with a right front tire going down. He'll gather it up, and he'll bring it back on the track, but he'll pick up the back end of the field. So there it is. Saraceno scores the win. So Rotex Senior, Michael Pagano inside row one. Tag Master Scott Roberts in the 628. Aaron Smith, Perella, senior driver in the 17. Matt Blair in the 47, Perella, senior driver. Brad Sanders, Tag Masters, Brad in the 12. Mark Thomas in the 86, Tag Masters. Rotex senior driver Ryan Smith in the number 98. Kevin Coyne in the 15. Ricky Brooks in the 34. David Evans in the 77. Kevin Mendez in the number 6. Jim Glitch in the 9. Jerry Brown in the 600. George Metcalf in the 4. Tyler Smith in the 15. And we're ready to go. 16 laps. Green is out. We're underway. Very tight through turn number 1. 2 lanes of traffic off turn 3. Single file off of turn 4. And Scott Roberts, that's your early race leader in the Tag Masters class. Yeah, some heavy traffic on the tail end of this field. That'll be the 6. Mendez, Jim Glitch, tag heavy driver. Right there in the mix of things, Ricky Brooks, tag masters driver. Some good racing on the tail end of the field. Up front, though, overall leader. Tag masters, that'll be Scott Roberts. Aaron Smith, your Pirella senior leader. Michael Pagano, Rotex senior leader. Michael, lap number 2 with a 55.372. Do you run down Tag Master Scott Roberts, your leader. Brad Sanders second in the Tag Masters. Kevin Coy third. Fourth, it'll be Mark Thomas. Fifth, it'll be David Evans. In your Pirella senior, Aaron Smith continued to be your leader. Matt Blair second. Tyler Smith third, Pirella senior. In the Rotex senior, it'll be Michael Pagano continue to be your leader. Rotex senior, Ryan Smith second. Tag heavy, that'll be Jim Glitch. Yeah, Tyler Smith in lap number 5, 54.754. Again, currently running third in the Pirella Senior. That is Tyler Smith. Again, he had a great run going in the pre-final. Something let loose on that card. But he's got quick time. Tyler Smith being scored 6th overall, 3rd in the Perella Senior. Turns a 54.757 for Tyler Smith, and that number is 18. And Scott Roberts, Tag Masters leader. Scott will work around Aaron Smith, Perella Senior leader. Yeah, Tyler Smith in lap number 5 just said had that quick lap, 54.754, but his brother overall leader, Aaron Smith, Perella Sr., Matt Blair running second, 4 seconds behind him. Tyler Smith now third, 5 seconds out of the top spot. Rotex Sr., that'll go to Michael Pagano. Scott Roberts, Tag Masters leader. Brad Sanders second. Kevin Coy third. Mark Thomas in the 4th spot. So 10 laps complete, working on the final 6. They'll cross that line again. Right now it is Aaron Smith up front in the 17. That's your Perella Senior leader. Matt Blair second, Tyler Smith third. Boy, Tyler Smith in that 18 continuing to close that gap. Now 4.3 seconds behind your leader. And we'll have photos and awards once we do get all classes cleared. We'll do that right across there by the podium area from the restrooms. So once again, if you have a top 3 fast time in qualifying, you need to be in your racer suit for photos. How about the 18 again of Tyler Smith as he works around Matt Blair, now runs in the second spot. Unfortunately, he's 4.2 seconds behind his brother. Brother now into turn number 9. Again, Tyler Smith coming all the way from the back of the field. You remember in that pre-final, he had problems. And again, started in the 15th spot, dead last, and he is now running second. A solid comeback for the 18 of Tyler Smith. Rotex senior Michael Pagano still leading there. Tag master Scott Roberts. Brad Sanders second. Kevin Coy, Mark Thomas, and Ryan Smith top 5 in the Tag Masters. And Brad Sanders trying to bring in the 628 of Scott Roberts as they work into turn number 7. Again, I want to thank everybody here at the Orlando Kart Center. Andres and crew do an outstanding job as we get our way through race weekend number 2 here at the Florida Karting Championship Series. And we'll move on into Homestead May 17th and 18th. Hopefully you'll be able to join us for race weekend number 3. So 13 laps complete, working on the final 3. Boy, Tyler Smith, 3.9 seconds behind your leader. Again, this young man was all the way in the back of the field, and what a run for Tyler Smith. 3.9 seconds behind Aaron. So in your Perella Senior is Aaron Smith, your leader. Tyler Smith second. Third will be Matt Blair. Rotex Senior, your race leader, Michael Pagano. Running second, Ryan Smith. Third, it'll be Kevin Mendez in the number 6. In your Tag Master, Scott Roberts, your leader. Sanders second, Coy third, Ryan Smith fourth. Fifth, it'll be Mark Thomas. And Tyler Smith, 3.5 seconds behind Aaron. 14 laps in. White flag will come up this time by. 1 to go. So here comes Aaron Smith for the final time. Heads off of turn number 4. What a piece of driving by this young man as he heads off turn 5. Brother Tyler running second as they head into turn 6. Whoa, boy, Scott Roberts making a little bit of contact there with the 357. Michael Pagano in the Rotex senior class. So Aaron Smith will cycle around for the final time, and he'll pick up double checkers as he heads off turn number 14. There is your Perella Senior winner. Aaron Smith will pick up the win. Tyler going to pick up that second spot. Matt Blair comes home third. Rotex Senior. That'll go to Michael Pagano. Tag Master Scott Roberts will get the win in the Tag Masters.